had to do a little, after editing everything, I had to do a little pre-video just to quit eating those rocks. This is what happens when a total amateur attempts something like this. But, you know, in the end, I think you know, things turned out well. You can be the judge of that. So go ahead and hit that subscribe. And worst case scenario, in the next video, you can, you know, make fun of me some more. So, yeah, cool. We're just a mess over here. What do you got to lose? All right, on with the video. All right, right there. Hey, what's going on? Robert and Gina here, R&G Garage. Gina went to town. 1966 Chevelle. I think we're gonna, you know, start to figure out what's going on here. So I've been kind of putting it off because I'm, you know, kind of at a roadblock on how I should proceed. I think it's one of those things you just need to dig into it and just figure out as you go. And if you have to redo it, you got to redo it. So anyways, let's get busy. Let's see, we're repairing the inner sail panels. It's just wasted on both sides. We put new metal in there. The Dutchman panel, we got a new one of those. On the last Chevelle episode, we you know, we cut out the old one, you know, try to clean it all up, get all the old stuff out of there, and then now let's see if we can fit this in. But being that the sail panels are a little wasted, you know, there's a piece that they come down and then they kind of jay a little bit, and then they got a little thing, and then they pinch together, and that's all missing. So we're gonna have to, before we put the Dutchman in, we got to do the sides. We got to do it all at the same time. So, and I guess we'll figure it out. That's what I'm thinking. Hey, shut this thing off. I think you need better glasses. All right. This has got to be replaced. Same with over there. We got to make a whole piece for that. The key is to make sure that this is in the right spot. Now I set this in, you know, I did measure from here to here, and I got it the same on both sides. All right, I started this piece, and then this piece right here will be the flat that goes down like that. All right, you can see the angle there. That's the piece we had to make. Luckily, we have something to go by. Otherwise, we'd be just guessing. I think that's going to be close. So we'll have to make it go like that. And then this piece will go down. And then we can spot weld it on the inside to keep this nice little, because on the car you see the crease right there, the opening. It's not totally, you know, whatever. But then this another piece. And we can put that in there, and I'll bend it to probably make this window channel right here. And then we'll bow it, you know, out right there, and then we'll kind of, it looks like this, and this edge right here is gonna line up pretty nice. So I think that's the direction I'm going. And then as long as we keep this panel the same on both sides, I think we should be close enough. So But yeah, that's pretty close. And then it lines right up here with the channel. And these little tabs, you see them, these little tabs, you bend over and it helps hold the trunk seal in. But you can see that's not right. And they have Bondo just caked in there. We'll make that right. And we saw the pieces of the floor that I put in. They're gonna work out perfect. All right, let's get this panel off. Prime it or paint it or whatever, both. And get that all prepped so when we put this cover on, you know, it's all good underneath there for years. And I think that's a good plan, and we'll start from there and see how it goes. I guess, you know. Like I say, just gotta start digging into it. You can think it to death. All right. Get to work, man. I'll probably time lapse because I'm gonna kick on the tunes, you know, and can't have the tunes on here because, you know. You know, if this was an SS, I'd probably replace this. And the only reason I'm not is because it's going to be under the panel. We'll treat it. But this, part of the package tray, is like perfect. There ain't, you know, there's a little bit of rust on the edge here, but the rest of it's sweet. So I'm not going to spend all that extra money on a Malibu, you know. I mean, it'd be a cool car, you know, we'll cruise it. Anyways, all right. We'll let that dry and then we'll get some paint on. Coffee. I'm waiting until the sealer dries and then I'll spray the primer on there. Or the rust converter. That's what we're doing. Watch them paint dry. Then we'll get the primer slash paint. Krylon. 2 for 1. Okay, put the fan up there because it should be till tomorrow before that's all soaked up and dry. Yeah, this is the stuff we're going to use. Color Max paint and primer. I mean, I used it on the 53 truck, you know, on the inside, and it seems pretty decent. No runs, no drips, no errors. So, you know, there we go. Perfect. You ain't gonna see any of that. Cool. Day. So I think we're gonna, wherever's that extra 2 strips, you know, we're gonna take that out and we'll put the Dutchman on here and start fitting stuff up and bending metal. So yeah. All right, I got this kind of ground down right here, and then, you know, the piece will go over the top of this, and kind of made a little transition right there. I have to maybe clean that up a little more, give it a little better edge, and then I tried to do this side over here. You can see where they stopped right here, and they replaced this whole thing in here, but it's just not quite right. It needs to be straight and then kind of blow out a little bit. We'll do that side first, And we'll come back to this side because there's a lot of work that needs to be done right here. And anyways, all right, let's get the panel back on and we'll start working on that. Seven inches. All right, that's pretty close right there. All right, we'll work on this, and I'm sure I'm gonna have to take me a little while, and then we'll come back and check it out. I'm gonna call that a win. Anyways, all right, keeping after it. I got clamps underneath here, the two little edges. I think this needs to be curved just a little more because I'm looking at my template and it's not quite matching up. It needs to be a little crisper right there. We'll tap that in and crisp that up a little bit. There's a little gap right there, but it's getting close. I just put a pipe, on the vise and just kind of was working it, made a little template, and then, kept on it. Top, but there's an area right here. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be. Thinking this has probably got to come up right there at the end to make the round part of the channel for the window. I think it's gonna work. Kind of rough right now, but it's taking shape. Okay, got this piece going up the sail, and supposedly right here it has a nice little round, where the window channel is. So I got a piece right there. So I got this piece right here and it's round. I'm going to have to trim this just a hair so this fits flush with this. Now I got a little gap. The side piece went pretty good right here. So I had one picture I could find that showed this bow right here, because then the window fit in there real nice, and the trim. I guess I could get the trim and hold that up, and that would show the exact shape. That's an idea. And just see how the curve is and then match it. That's a good idea. Glad I thought of it. Yeah, putting that trim in there is a good idea. I'm gonna do that right now. Here's a trim. So it goes in just like so. Which looks like my Dutchman's pretty squared away. Yeah, I think this just kind of blends in with this. This might be not far enough down. I might have to push this more flat and then come up. I think that's what's got to happen. Yeah, see, now I can perfectly contour that. That's pretty close right there. We get there. I mean, it sucks that everything's wonky and you can't figure out, you got to start from scratch. That looks pretty good up there. All right, it's been about a week or two since we're doing the Dutchman panel. I already messed up, and I left that Dutchman panel, on the car. And of course, this is all untreated. And, we got some rain and mist and cold, and that totally started to rust my panel. So now I'm sitting here sanding it. So a little setback, no big deal. Just a little bit of surface rust, but I figure we better clean it up before it really starts etching in there. So we'll just shoot some primer on there. As soon as that panel dries, so I think we're going to put the panel on here, pinch it all on with the clamps. We're going to get just maybe a thin little foam seal to put on here that you can take off really easy, or just, I want to set maybe I'll put some blocks right here to raise it up a little bit. So I'm going to put the back window in to see where it's setting and make sure it's all, there's not a big old gap. So we're just going to check that to be safe. Like I said, I'm just winging it here. I mean, I am totally winging it here, and I think we're getting it figured out. Damn, that glass is pretty dirty. Hopefully it won't be etched. We'll be able to clean it up. So I think we'll scrape it with a razor blade first and then get out some Windex, see what happens. All right in here, it's like a calcium or etch the glass. This is with one coating with the pad and CLR. The Super Clean Wheel Cleaner, it has acid in it. So let's see if that it'll eat that away. All right, that didn't work. All right, I remember, it's muriatic acid. We'll see what happens. All right, the glass still didn't come clean even with the acid. So let's just put it in there and get our fitments right so we can do the channel. Here's that tape. You put it on the edges of the roofing so it kind of seals it. And I just tore some off. Get that out of there. All right, see if we can get the glass on. We'll just set it in there and I'll put some little spacer right there to keep it up. All right, let's just get it going on. All right, so we get this glass in. All right, we have some issues. Okay, try it on the tape right there. Try it on the tape right there. It's riding good there. It's riding good there. It's starting to lift up right there in the center because of this right here. And there's a big gap right here. It's not even touching. So this right here is too high, which is okay. We're going to do a bunch of work on this side. I don't know what we're going to do about that glass, but I already spent like 2 hours on it, so I'm like, we need to get back to what we're doing. Squirrels just taking me down the wrong path. All right. I mean, this piece is going to go in like that. Let's put the trim on. Fits pretty good right there. All right, by the way, next day, a little chilly out, about 38, but it's not windy, so it's not too bad. So get this piece cut out, and we'll get our sail in here and see how it fits up. That piece fitted in. All right, we got this piece in. Got it fitting up here pretty good. We gotta do some work right up here, but it's all right. Got this piece in. Might have to do a little trimming right down here, but it's pretty good. I kind of pushed this down a little bit through here so it wasn't so high. And I found a picture where this comes up and this is all nice. And then the piece right here comes off the top. You know, I think I mean, I'm gonna have to work that a little better down there, but she's getting close. I mean, this has got to come down a little bit, and just got to come down a little bit. This might have to come up a little bit, but we're down to just this section down here. I think this looks pretty good. We might have to push this in a little bit and then bring this out. And so I don't know, I think we're getting there. It's getting to the point where just do it and it turns out like it turns out. I think it drops a little too far right here. We might have to open this up, curve it right there, because it pulls away from here. So weld all this together and then try to fit it. I think I'm going to, my main concern is right here. I still got to cut some of this out, but that it fits perfectly down here. So I'm kind of liking the way it's going. I mean, it's not right, but it's close. So if we start working this panel like this, it might match up to this, and it'd be a more gradual all the way down. And that's what we want, for it to look like one piece, you know, and not all, you know. Anyways, you know, we're just winging it. What you think? People are probably going, what the hell is going on there? Dude, do this, do this, do this, and it's perfect. So I had that gap right there. So I added a piece and kind of brought it down a little bit. Now I'm going to cut right here and bring this up a little bit and see what that does. You know, I don't have a clue. It might work, it might not. Yeah, I hope this works. We just got to have that nice flow in between the two pieces. It's not quite what I was hoping for. We'll get a close look over here and see what it looks like, and let's check it out. All right, this piece right here is what I messed up on. And you can see how that fits in there real nice. And then I try to, you know, splice a piece on the bottom to join them. And I think I know why, just because I didn't give this other patch much look. But I think it's way better than what I'm thinking. So you see how this, it really comes in and meets up with that. It really dips in before it curves up. So it dips in, it curves up to it's exactly like the thing. And whoever did that patch, you know, they're better than I thought. But over here, I went by the piece that was on here. See, this doesn't dip in as far, which, you know, see right here, it should have been better. And I think that's where we screwed up. This piece should have came way back until it meted this and then came up. Big fail. But, you know, we learned. And, you know, because that over there, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, you know, the shape and the way it comes out to meet the Dutchman panel. So, we'll just do that one over. Redo, you know, whatever. This one will be better, we hope. But that's the way you learn. You know, like I said, we're just winging it here, and, you know, we gave it a shot. Shot number 2. We'll just redo it. So, yeah, because we might as well do it right, or try to do it right. So it looks decent. I just don't like that. I just don't get how that piece came down like it was the way it was supposed to be. And this piece is different. I mean, it's a patch panel that looks a lot nicer anyways, for people that are wanting to learn how to do that, that's not the way to do it. But, you know, we're going to do it again, and we're going to get it right. I think I'm going to do it like this side over here. All right, I used a piece of tin to make a new template, you know, and copied the other side the way it goes right there. Now, I don't know if that's right or not, but it sure looks a heck of a lot better. I didn't do the little curve piece in there, but that... All right, here it is right there. I kind of pound this edge over a little bit where it kind of contours in. I like the way that looks. The curve here is way more, so the panel comes out before it jets up and keeps this all even. So I got this edge. You know, I think it looks. I think that's the way it's supposed to be. Of course, we have to work this area right here with the roll that comes up, but we can add a piece in there to contour, you know, the window channel. So I think that looks way better. I guess maybe this piece that was right here was cut off shorter, so it came down like this, and then it stopped, and then it didn't continue to go over. All right, here's the piece that was on here that had the bow that came out. And now that I'm looking at it, I thought I saw a piece that came down a little bit, which, you know, made me assume that that was the, you know, the area that cut down into the panel with the 90. But I can see I cut on some, I don't know. But now I'm thinking, you know, now I'm thinking it was higher up and it was missing this bottom section. I'm kind of liking that. I just made this out of some tin, so it only took me 30 minutes to make that, but I guess after the first one. And then I contoured that. I made a little template on there out of cardboard and, you know, reversed it and put it over here. So I like that a lot better. I think that's the way it's supposed to be, or pretty close. And but I think that's the route we're going. All right. You know, because I figured that template in one piece was so easy to make out of that tin, which I kind of liked. I might do that on the other side because you can really form it and flatten it out really easy and use it for a template. I just don't have any good of that paper, cardboard stuff everybody uses. So I still have to trim on the top, get it back down. I still have to put the little cup in there, but it looks like it's going to contour and look real nice. And this top piece right here, I got to pull that out a little bit, and then I'll weld that back up, and then we'll make that real nice. But the contour looks good. Like I said, I gotta once I bend this over a little bit and cut, you know, get it in where I, you know, cut the old stuff out. I'll have a slight, you know, that slight bow on both sides, and that'll look great. This is just a junky piece I put in there, but we'll make a better one. All right, kind of round this down, pound it in, and, you know, we'll do a different piece. Bring this up a little bit, and then cut this and blend it all in, and it should look pretty good. I'm kind of happy with that. Of course, the trim goes in just like that, and we'll make double sure the glass and everything before we weld that in. But yeah, much more pleased with that. I'm liking it. Tell me what you think. Is it totally wrong, or is it close enough? You know, just a reminder, it's just a driver, you know, but we want it to look good. So, all right, after starting to do it on the second time, you know, everything went lickety split. Once you know where it's supposed to be, you know, the first time we were just kind of guessing, and we're using that other template and trying to make it work. But once we figured it out, shoot, it took me an hour to make that. Almost dropped the camera. Start the next one and go for part 2 or part 3. I don't know, is it part 10? I don't know, it seems like I've been doing this forever. All right, sorry about the glare. The sun's right in the wrong place. So I started off by, putting the cardboard on there and kind of doing that, making a template out of that. Then I transferred it on this tin and reversed, the cardboard and give myself a lot of extra right here, just in case, because this is, kind of wonky. Didn't want to end up short. And made it long, made everything just a little bit bigger. And then measured extra for the piece that spins up. So I just stuck it in the little angle maker and cut that up, put it in there, and then kind of got this to where it needed to be. And it spins so easy. So it spins so easy by hand that you don't have to do nothing. I just wanted a crisp edge here, so I put it in the the brake. Once it was done, it was easy to make this out of one piece, and you can see how definite the curve is right there compared. Well, I'll show that one next, but you just had to slice it up right here to how far the curve came up. One piece is definitely the way to go. So you can see the top side that goes on the top of the sail is pretty much straight. Just a little bitty bend right here at the top where it goes right up to that edge. So yeah, one piece is totally easy, and here's the original piece, and I scabbed a bunch of pieces in there and tried to get it right. But see, if this J would have came all the way down and then came up, it would have met with this, and we wouldn't have had any of that problem. We could have put this piece in there, but it would have been flat and not have that wonky curve in there. So it would have turned out nice. But yeah. So that's definitely the way not to do it. You could probably have made it work if you made that, that J right. But since we didn't have no, I didn't trust a patch someone else made, even though it looks like it's totally correct. So, maybe they knew what they were doing. But yeah, I don't. We screwed up and we fixed it. And now we got it right. Now the second side should be way easier. Yeah, we learned, we fixed it, we overcame, and now we're all happy. That's easy. How hard was that? Sorry for the fail. Hey, for everybody that's still sticking around, appreciate you watching. I know it was a lot of backwards, forwards, and, kind of stuttering, sputtering, trying to figure it out, but a little embarrassing, but, we're going to put it out there because, we experts, we're just winging it. So, I could have totally redid it and made it look like, oh, wow, look, oh. No, we'll put everything out there. Everybody can judge and laugh, and say, dude, man. Anyway, all right. We're going to get it, though. So, appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on part 2 of the Chevelle sail panels. So, I'm thinking. Yeah. Work, as long as it looks good. This trunk will be closed, so, finally here. Where is it? Right there.